This is a personal experience he's sharing from his days working in the hospital as a respiratory therapist. We'll hear from John.
Chances are everybody in this room, or 95% of you, have learned CPR at one time or another. Is anybody here that has never learned CPR? All right, so we all pretty much never learned CPR. Okay, that's one. But we all learn it so that we can save somebody's life. And what we don't know is the chances of someone surviving having what they call an OHCA, an out-of-hospital coronary cardiac arrest, is less than 10% and realistically more like 4 or 5%. I've seen some numbers recently that still are as low as 2%. I've fortunately or unfortunately been involved in many cardiac arrests when I worked in the hospitals. I was a respiratory therapist, and in the hospital I worked in this particular day of the story I have, we got a call, and I was the only therapist on duty. In the emergency room, they called for a code 99. Code 99 meant somebody was coming in, they had a cardiac arrest. So we have to all go run to the emergency room, so on. We dealt with intensive care and all of that. Nurse, right? No. I go walking into ER, and here comes the EMTs, and they're bringing this guy in on a gurney, and they've got their bag in him, and the other guys, they're doing CPR, and they bring him in, and we get them all hooked up, and I immediately go to the head of the bed, and I get them intubated, so get a tube in their throat so we can ventilate them well, and give them oxygen and all of that. And they get him hooked up, and he's flatlined. This guy has no heartbeat whatsoever. So they continue to do CPR. I keep breathing. We're giving him oxygen. They got the IV going. He's getting all the meds that should help stimulate the heart. Nothing's happening. So just like you see on TV, which they show 75% survival rate on CPR, not quite true. You know, they put the paddles on them. Everybody steps away. They shock them. The body arches. And these poor people, I tell you, they're talking about it. If they ever do make it, they talk about how sore all the muscles in their chest are. Anyway, we did that, and then nothing happened, still straight line. When you do CPR, you can see on the monitor, like something, you know, you're getting some blood through. And then you have to stop and watch, and it was still a straight line again. So we shocked him again, and this guy is probably, he's only about 60 years old. He's still fairly healthy. He looked young, he didn't look all beat up or anything. The doctor decides that wasn't working, so he pulls out this needle. I mean, it's a 6-inch needle with this syringe about this long. And they take it back then. I don't know if they still do it, but they take it and they just shove it right into where the heart is, and the needle's about that long, and they just give him a straight shot of epinephrine in the heart. So he does this, and we're all like, just like you're looking. And they start CPR again, and all of a sudden we see this flip, and all of a sudden we're getting a couple of heartbeats. So we keep working on him. They up the IV, I keep giving him some more oxygen, and within about 15 minutes or so, we've got him fairly stabilized, and we've got a heartbeat that's running about 60 beats a minute, and we get him all, you know, we stayed in there for another half an hour or so, get him stabilized, and send him over to the intensive care unit. And I took care of him, you know, giving him breathing treatments and different things for probably 4 days or so, and he's probably spent another week or less in the hospital, and they sent him home with his heart meds, and he was fine. Pretty amazing, because it doesn't happen that often. The funny part about this story is a month later, I'm walking by the front door, and for the sake of names, I'll just call him Billy Bob. Here comes Billy Bob through the front door. I'm like, Billy Bob, how you doing? Good. I said, you look great. He said, oh, thanks. I said, remember me? He goes, yeah, you're that guy who kept sticking that breathing thing in my mouth. Well, yeah, that's me. I said, man, you look really good. So what are you up to? You know, I got some things to take care of. I said, you know, I was there when you came in the hospital that day. He goes, yeah, I know. I said, you were dead. You were dead for about 15 minutes. He goes, yeah, I know. I said, you remember? He goes, yeah, I remember. I said, well, what did you remember? He goes, I got to a place where I realized I had all these things I had to take care of, and I needed to come back and take care of them. And I did. I said, so you actually got to a place and you had a choice to leave or come back? And he said, yeah. And he chose to come back. Pretty amazing. And off he went. He goes, I said, well, do you know what those things are? He goes, yeah, I know what they are. He says, I'm taking care of some of them right now. See ya. And off he went. And to this day, it still makes the hair on my back of my neck stand up when I tell that story because it was pretty amazing.